Good evening, family. No, I just want to give another shout out to Black Americans, man. You guys are on it. Like what you did for the ginger community, and now it's crazy. Like I'm seeing videos from Black Scottish and Black Germans, and they're saying the same thing.
This might sound uncomfortable to some people, but what if Black Americans weren't just surviving history? What if they were warning the world? Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kinsley Wanha. In case this is your first time, like and subscribe for more videos like this. So I came across this idea that God used Black Americans as a warning to the world. And the more I thought about it, the more it made sense. Not even on some hype thing, just looking at history, pains, resilience and patterns. Think about it. No other group went through slavery, Jim Crow, segregation, mass incarceration, all in the same country and still shaped global culture, music, faith, language, and resistance. When people say choosing, they always think it means privilege, but in the Bible, being chosen usually meant suffering first. Black Americans showed the world that what happens when injustice goes unchecked, and also what strength looks like when people refuse to disappear. And here's the part people don't like to talk about. America became powerful while ignoring this warning, and now the same system are starting to affect everybody. Police brutality, inequality, broken systems. What Black Americans face first, the rest of the world is starting to recognize. Well, let's dive into this video and check out what some people have to say about this.
So, I'm going to wrap up this saga about the election with this one thought, right? And I saw somebody talking about this, and I thought it would be really good to touch on and expand this, right? And this is like really more so about the immigrant population in the U.S. and how, like, you know, in terms of like more so the people of color, and how for many years, the Black American community has been looked down upon by just people of color in the immigrant community. And one question that would always come up that I thought was really interesting was, what have you guys been doing over here this whole time? You know, we've surpassed you guys and all this and that. And after much thought, I'm like, y'all are really about to find out what we've been doing over here this whole time. With this Supreme Court, they about to roll back everything we've been fighting for. And y'all are about to see what Black Americans have been doing this entire time. Not only that, you're about to realize how much some of y'all messed up. Like fumbled. I'm talking about fumbled the bag. Because all you had to do was listen to Black Americans. Black Americans been telling y'all about this government since day one. And I'm not like here's my thoughts on America. America is one amazing op. Like America is one hell of a op. Like they know they are one hell of a op. And the way they move and the way they go over your head, like some of y'all really weren't ready. And truthfully, Black Americans been telling you, your handbook, your hand guide is Black American history. It's all documented. You want to know who they are and how they move? It's in the history. And Black American history intersects with everybody else in this country. Like, and to fully get an understanding of what Black Americans actually did, you need to read American history. Look at how they did the European immigrants. Look at how they did the Asian community. Look at how they did women. Look at how they did the Native Americans. Like, look at how they did the Hispanic Americans. And go look at how Black American history intersects with all of those groups. And all of those groups we talked about exercise anti-Blackness. Even though Black American history and the Black American community have been in solidarity and fought for a lot of those groups. A lot of them. We done sat there and watched them Asians take down affirmative action, even though they benefited more from it than the people that fought for it. And then after tearing it down, they never went back to go fight for it again. You want to know why? Because it's easier said than done. Y'all be tearing down stuff, working against stuff that y'all did not have to fight for. And it's easier said than done. If this Supreme Court starts rolling stuff back that we fought for, I can guarantee you your bottom dollar, Black Americans are not fighting for it again. Not for you. It'll probably be for Black people or Black Americans only. I promise you that. Because Black American gave you a lot on a full platter, and y'all gave the Black American community your butt to kiss. The difference is Black Americans know this country better than anybody. And tried to tell people, tried to warn people, tried to tell them. Nobody wanted to listen. It's always, oh, what have y'all been doing? Y'all are lazy, da-da-da. You're going to find out when they start rolling everything back what we've been doing over here this whole time. You're going to find out. For my Black immigrants, y'all really should have known better. Because I don't understand how y'all trusted people in this country, the same people that's over there in y'all countries, running a train on y'all countries with their allies. And y'all come over here and listen to those people. That's crazy to me. That is crazy to me. Because out of all the immigrants, y'all have firsthand experience with this government in y'all countries. And y'all come over here and be just as anti-Black and anti-Black American than these non-Black people. Meanwhile, the people that you following behind are the same people tearing up your countries right now. And when Black Americans try to help you and tell you, hey, don't, you let the same people convince you that we bad, the same people that's over there taking y'all resources, and the same people that's the reason why you got to leave right now. Y'all about to find out how much Black Americans actually did, because Black Americans made it look easier said. It's easier said than done. Black Americans just make it look easy. Y'all about to find out. Because when this is all gone, y'all not fighting. The Asians ain't fought for that affirmative action yet. It's just not going to be. Because again, Black Americans make it look easy. I'm telling you, y'all going to go down as the biggest bag fumblers of all time. Just saying.
I don't think there's anybody more patriotic than a Black person.
How so?
I mean, we've been here since the inception of this idea of what American is. We are deeply ingrained in the fabric of this country. This country would not be if it was not for us. So I have to claim that patriotism. Otherwise, I'm just handing it over to somebody to give me the definition of what it means to be American. But I know what the definition of what it means to be American is, and I'm the definition of an American.
We tried to tell y'all 20 years ago when y'all started mass immigrating to Minnesota that something would happen to your youth. But you guys chose to take that moment and talk about how lost and how violent and how uneducated our youth was. You guys took that opportunity when we were trying to tell you that something is going on with the system in Minnesota that causes minority youth to go crazy and basically out of their mind with war and hate. We try to tell y'all, right? 20 years ago, probably more than 20 years ago, we tried to tell y'all. Y'all took the opportunity to tell us how out of control our Black kids was and how lost they is and how better y'all is than us, right? Now look at it. Every time I turn on the news, y'all kids is on there shooting up schools, shooting up parties, shooting up malls, shooting up blocks, shooting up everything. It's almost like y'all brought that warrior, fighter, civil war stuff that's over there in y'all country. It's almost like y'all brought it here. And we tried to tell y'all, invest in community things for the children. We tried to tell y'all, invest in after school places for the children. We tried to tell y'all, invest in mentorship for the children. But guess what? Y'all ain't do it because y'all didn't want our little Black kids involved, right? Right? Now look at you. Y'all done bought up the Boys and Girls Clubs over in Minneapolis, planning on turning them into housing when really y'all need to turn them back into Boys and Girls Clubs so these kids can have somewhere safe to go where there are mentors that are going to help guide them into the right path for life. Let's talk about that. Y'all steadily building malls. Y'all steadily building housing. Y'all forgetting about schools for the kids. Y'all just then left them kids behind, huh? Y'all ain't even care about y'all kids. That's why y'all was talking shit about ours, huh? Now look at y'all, gotta backtrack. And y'all really need to link up with the other minorities on this, more specifically the black ones, because we've been trying to tell y'all for 20 years that they done took the trades out the school. We done tried to tell y'all for 20 years that they done took all the community centers up out of the neighborhoods. We've been trying to tell y'all for years that they took all the programs and camps away from the churches. We've been trying to tell y'all that we seen the demise of our kids happening before our eyes while we are being oppressed and can barely do anything about it. Y'all came over here, y'all got them government grants. Y'all using all of our government money to bring more people here, but y'all ain't doing nothing for the community, and that is exactly why y'all's kids is turning out just like ours. Y'all didn't want to help ours, nobody's gonna save y'all's. I hate to be the breaker of bad news, but the fact of the matter is, we told y'all 20 years ago, but y'all was too busy. Oh, we're better. Y'all too busy doing that shit, right? Than to be listening and planning, huh? Now look at y'all. This administration on y'all ass, about to start redlining y'all, about to start taking everything away that they let y'all build. And look at y'all, didn't even build nothing for the kids. And now your kids is lost. And now they about to start filling up the prisons with them. They're not going to send y'all kids back to Somalia. They're going to start filling up the prison so they can get free labor out of y'all. Don't say we didn't tell y'all 20 years ago.
Every time you need help, the only person to come to your aid is typically another black woman. Let's talk about it. I love this topic because when I actually think about my own personal life, I do have to admit, a lot of times that I've needed help or assistance, it was always truly another black woman coming to save me. Now, there were times where I did have a boyfriend, and at the time, he might have helped me with some things, but there were also some things that were out of his means or control. But another black woman has come to save me. So I can give a few examples. My dog is shaking around. But anyways, I can give a few examples. Firstly, there was a time where I was living by myself and I moved into an apartment, and the apartment was not clean at all. And I wanted to break the lease. I was having a hard time breaking the lease, and they were not budging. And guess who I called? My friend, who is a black lawyer. And she did not charge me money to get me out of that bad situation. Black woman coming to help you. In regards to that specific situation, I winded up moving out. Once I finally was able to move out, I winded up moving out. And then I tried to, at the time, go home and stay with family, but it was not feasible at the moment. And so I called my big cousin, who is another black woman, and she allowed me to stay and live with her for a few months until I can figure out my plan and figure out what it was that I needed to do to get to a better situation. And those are very small, not to discredit what they did for me, but those are very small, minute things compared to some of the other things that people have to endure, right? Like when I look at women who have babies, who have children, and the fathers just decide that they don't want to be involved, the baby's dad's family decides they're not going to be involved either, right? Real trifling stuff, right? Like, it's other black women that come to your aid. It's usually the sister. The baby's daddy's sister might still help out, right? Or it's your sister or your cousin, right? Or your best friend or your mother or your grandmother or your great grandmother. Like, and it just amazes me how a lot of men will sit up. They will sit up and try to drag you through the mud with them. They won't have a pot to piss in, but they will try to drag you through the mud with them. And when they finally get you in the mud with them and you struggling with them, they can't even help you get out your struggle. The only person that can help you get out your struggle is another black woman, which is so crazy. And I'm not discrediting all the present fathers, right? Because I have a father. I lived with my dad for a little time before I bought my condo. once our relationship was in a good space. But there were several years where I struggled because our relationship wasn't good, and the help that I got was from other black women. Anyways, I'm not really saying, I don't really have a point to prove. I'm just simply saying that every time you need help, here comes a black woman. And I want y'all to let me know in the comments, the last time that you needed help, who was it that really helped you? Now, obviously, I'm a Christian. If you don't know, you know I'm a Christian. Believe in God. I always ask God for help. And he always sends in the flesh a woman. It's typically not a man. I do have a boyfriend and he's great. He helps with what he can. But a lot of times, the people that come to the aid are typically women. So let me know in the comments, what do y'all think? Do y'all agree with me? Do you think that it's just situational? Let me know.
You don't have to agree with the choosing path religiously, but you can't deny that black Americans were a message, a living example of injustice and endurance. So what do you think? Warning or coincidence? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Keep it respectful. And if this made you think, like and subscribe. See you on my next video. Thanks.